there is a possible breakthrough on Capitol Hill on sending aid to Israel and other allies. Just before midnight, the Rules Committee advanced several standalone measures on foreign aid and U.S. border security, thanks to the support of 4 Democrats. But the bills may cost Speaker Mike Johnson his job. Let's bring in Nikole Killion now. She's following the latest for us. So this is good news. What advancements can we expect on the foreign aid and the national security package today?
Well, this will basically be a 2-step process for these 4 bills. And as you mentioned, we saw the bills advance out of the Rules Committee last night in a bipartisan vote with the support of some Democrats, and that will likely be the case going forward. So today we expect the full House to vote on this rules package, not the actual bills themselves. That will happen on Saturday afternoon. But as I mentioned, it will likely require a significant Democratic support because so many Republicans are opposed. Now, granted, you have more hawkish Republicans who believe this aid is essential and critical, but you have others who feel that the Speaker has betrayed his conference by moving forward with this package simply because they would like to see the issues at the U.S.-Mexico border dealt with first. And granted, there is a separate bill that does just that the House will also debate later today, but really it's not enough at this juncture to satisfy some of those hardline conservatives who are opposed to Speaker Mike Johnson moving forward with this package of bills.
So let's talk about this. I mean, how serious is this threat to Speaker Johnson's position? Is it just sort of a handful of Republicans? Because we know, the last time they went through this, it's switching and finding a new speaker, it wasn't the best look for the Republican Party in the House. So I'm wondering, is this a serious threat?
Well, it's kind of a temperature check day to day, to be honest, Anne Marie, because, as you know, Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of Georgia is the person who introduced this motion to vacate, which is a mechanism by which any one member can move to remove the speaker from his or her leadership post. But earlier this week, we saw an additional Republican join on to that motion, Kentucky Republican Thomas Massie. Now, since then, we have not seen any other Republicans sign on, but there was a pretty heated exchange yesterday on the House floor with the Speaker among many members of that far-right conservative flank, including Congressman Matt Gaetz, Congressman Lauren Boebert, Congressman Van Orden, among others. And so, some of them emerged from that. For instance, Congressman Gaetz saying that his confidence in the Speaker is diminished. Now, he also said that he doesn't necessarily want to move forward with any kind of motion to vacate. And keep in mind, he was the one that initiated the motion to vacate against former Speaker Kevin McCarthy. But it is a very tenuous situation. The Speaker, in response, though, has made clear that at this point in time, while he acknowledges that this motion to vacate is harming the party and harming the majority, at the same time, he does not intend to change those rules at this time. So that is also a significant development as the Speaker tries to hold on to his job.
All right. So where does the passage then of this Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act stand in the Senate? This is, well, first, I sort of remind people what it is and then where things are right now.
Yeah, so in terms of the Senate, of course, they have their own issues to deal with as well. It's not just the House, just to be clear. So today is the day that the FISA bill expires. That government warrantless surveillance program is due to be reauthorized, and if it doesn't, it will in effect no longer be able to be functional. And that is a key concern among many national security leaders and members of the administration, including the Attorney General, who just yesterday sent a letter to Senate leadership saying that this bill is indispensable to their work. And so basically what the issue issue is right now, because the Senate has had this bill for the better part of a week, is that some senators want to make changes to the bill. You'll recall that the House sent this package over about a week ago. They did make some changes, shortening the time frame for this program when it may sunset from 5 years to 2 years. And so you have some senators who now want to make their own adjustments. But if they do so, then that means it'll have to go back to the House. And given that this, measure expires today, the Senate doesn't really have that kind of time to ping pong it back and forth. So that really is a concern right now among Leader Schumer, among the White House. But he says that he will do his best to try to advance this legislation before the day's end.
All right, Nikole, thank you.